Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Seiler Wealth Management video blog. This morning is Tuesday, December 8th, and I want to talk about a little bit what we've seen lately in the markets because, Friday we had a big day that was coming off a pretty poor week that rebounded that last week and made it last week look a little positive, although we had the terrorism premium. Of course, you're finding out more of what's going on in San Bernardino, California, and we know now that it is terrorism, and that gives a little bit of a terrorism premium in the market. So people do have a tendency to sell on news like that. Now, one thing, based on history, terrorism news, it is usually a short-term phenomenon as far as a sell-off of stocks are concerned. And also, typically, being that we are in the month of December, which is usually one of the best months of the year for stocks, you have to weigh things out. Now, we had a bad day yesterday. We're indicating lower today, so we may have another couple of days of this until we see how things play out and what the administration is going to do about trying to protect the citizens of the United States of America, because we really don't know yet, and I think a lot of people just have very large question marks of what's going on, what we're going to do about our borders. We'll see. So let's talk about what I'm going to do is, this is the month of December. The end of the year, that's when your tax situation just cuts off, December 31st. Okay, now you have you got to start preparing to get your taxes done for April. So I'm going to give you a couple of things to look at. Let's talk about tax losses. Now, all of the tax conversations I'm going to have is all relevant to a taxable account or individual account, a trust, not retirement accounts. They are not applicable to these rules, okay, because they are tax-deferred investments. Roths are tax-free, but for the most part, retirement accounts, 401ks, IRAs are tax-deferred, which means you don't pay taxes now, you pay them later when you pull the money out. Okay, so let's talk about one thing that can help you out is if you need to take some losses in your account. December is usually a pretty good time to do it. You may get a little rebound in the market, which maybe can lessen your loss, but then what you do, you take that loss. There is what they call a wash rule, 30-day wash rule. If you really like the stock or the investment or the security that you sold and you sold it at a loss, you have to wait 30 days before you can buy that identical or similar. When I say similar, it's got to be, you could buy an option of that stock that is considered very, very similar, substantially similar. So let's say I want to I have a loss and we don't probably, but let's say you have a loss in Lowe's, okay? Your options are, let's take that loss so you can take it on your taxes and you can wait 30 days or 31 days and buy Lowe's back. That prevents you from having the wash rule. If you buy it prior to the 30 days, you lose the loss. Or you could do a substitute. Let's say you want to sell Lowe's at a loss, but you want to buy Home Depot. Very similar companies, but that's not going to mess up your wash rule, okay? Same thing with mutual funds. A lot of different things you can do. You can sell one fund. You can sell one international fund, a John Hancock International Fund, and buy a Pacific Life International Fund. So those are things you can do. Now, also, when it comes to capital gains, I talked about this a couple of months ago, but now it really is becoming to the forefront. Mutual funds are now going to start paying capital gains anytime. They probably already started paying them, usually first or second week in December. So if you have a taxable account, do not buy a mutual fund that's going to pay a capital gain in the next week or so, because that capital gain is a capital gains tax you're going to owe. You're going to owe tax on that gain for all the transactions for the whole year. So you could own that fund for 1 week and have to pay taxes on it and have no gain in it. Okay, so only in retirement accounts do you buy mutual funds that are going to pay out capital gains. So you could buy some funds that aren't going to pay capital gains. That's fine. And all you do, you call up the mutual fund company. You say, hey, American Funds, is this growth fund going to pay a capital gain? No, we show no capital gains being paid. Fine, then you can buy it in your taxable account. Again, your retirement accounts, fair game. You can buy them in there. So the wash rule, remember, if you want to sell a stock but you really love it, but you want to take the tax loss, you got to wait 31 days. All right, so I say 31 because 30, buy it on the next day. So 31 days to buy it back. And then mutual fund capital gains, they start paying out right now. So they're paying, usually they pay up until like the 23rd, okay, sometime through the end of the year, but usually not after Christmas. So just be sure and cognizant of what's going on there. You can also, let's say you have a bank mutual fund, you can buy the bank exchange traded fund. So you could do a lot of different things and swap. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to give me a call and call our office. We'll advise you. Say, hey, is this violating the wash rule? We can do that for you, okay? Again, only individual trust accounts. That's what that's applicable for. Retirement accounts, you can make your IRA contributions up until April 15th. And I think actually it's April 16th next year. So you can do that as well. If you want to establish IRAs, we can do that for you, and 401k rollovers. We have a lot of white papers out there. We have Is College Worth It? We have a Bond Alert. We have Women in Investing. So, call. We can get you out some free information on things that you may be interested in, and I'm going to eventually post them all on the website. So again, I'm Lee Seiler with Seiler Wealth Management. We do have cruises. I do have limited number of cruises to the Bahamas. It is a 2-night cruise to the Bahamas, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, everybody that's won them in the past, free game. You're back in the game, and I'm going to give you 2 entries if you share the video. So share my video, you'll get 2 entries for the drawing of the cruise. If you like my video or the Seiler Wealth Management Facebook, you'll get 1 entry. All right, you're not going to get 3 entries if you do both, but you can do both if you'd like. Hey, I'm Lee Seiler. Thank you very much. I'll draw for a cruise on Thursday because I'm going to start doing the videos on Tuesday and Thursday. I think it works a little bit better for you guys, and I'll do a special report here and there. I have a YouTube channel, too, if you want to catch up to all the past videos. But again, if you have any questions, I will answer them on the air, so just feel free to email me, message me on Facebook, call the office. There's many different ways to get a hold of me. I'm Lee Seiler. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day.